Hello everybody, and welcome to Dungeons & Dragons Valkyrie, a homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign where a bunch of complete strangers who originally read on whoa.
Wow.
I haven't even, drank anything tonight or anything. Bunch of complete strangers who originally met on Reddit, almost again, who were once strangers are now and become the bestest of friends while playing Dungeons & Dragons live for you every Monday night at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am your Dungeon Master for the evening, creator of this this Twitch channel, which is www.twitch.tv/themajesticgamin, G-A-M-I-N, no G, as well as the YouTube channel where all these videos get uploaded to, youtube.com/themajestic, which you can find just by searching The Majestic on YouTube, one word, and it's the very first search result. Nonetheless, I am joined by the same incredible players as last week, who I will let introduce themselves. Ladies first, starting with Rachel. Say hello, Rachel.
Hello, I'm Rachel. I'm playing Mira Helder, our half-elven level 6 rogue.
Perfectly done. I feel like one of the members of the Brady Bunch right now, though. You'll see if you watch the stream. Never mind. And Justin, now you. Say hello.
Here's the story. Oh, sorry. Hi. I am Justin. I play the Fire Genasi Warlock, Zashmar Efreet.
Perfectly done. And Brandon, say hello.
Hello, I'm Brandon. I play Jax, the Black Dragonborn Paladin.
Perfectly done. And for a little bit of reference, if you are new, here are the characters that they are talking about there. First off, huge shout out to @CarlyMatson for this incredible fan art. There is Jax, the Black Dragonborn Paladin. There is Mira, the half-elven rogue. There's Delilah, who is another character as well, an Asimur, occasionally played by our very good friend Courtney. And there is Justin's character, Zashmar Efreet, the Fire Genasi. Beautiful artwork, so very well done. Also, a huge shout out to @JMool on Reddit, JMOOL, who created this incredible artwork, which highlighted a hilarious point in the campaign. Thank you so much for that. While we're doing shout outs, a huge shout out to @Kevin McLeod, who creates the incredible free to use music, which you're hearing throughout this gameplay, and which you hear a lot all over the internet, because he is so incredible to share his artwork. Even though he's so popular at this point, he has like millions and millions of subscribers, he still shares it free to use for the purpose of just spreading art. So thank you very much for that, @Kevin McLeod. But today, we join back into the world of Valkyrie, where we last left off. The group, after defeating the Drow warriors at the ball, had discovered the next day that the person who they were hired to protect, as far as Zash and Jax knew, had gone missing. Little did they know that this was actually Mira's mother in disguise. After some investigating, they finally found out her location and found that she was being held by a mercenary. Her, Peter Flynn, and Mira's 2 twin brothers were all tied up, bloodied, and looking much worse for wear. While at the end of their rope, and inches away from death, the group ran into the sort of mishmash of a house, or just a random building that was in the middle of the town that they haven't really inspected much further yet. They ran through the main floor, up the stairs, and came to the second floor, where they found the mercenary, who, after just a few hits on Mira, left her having to make a few death saving rolls. Luckily, Jax was able to take him aside and draw all of his attention and fight, while Zash was able to put a healing potion in Mira and revive her to a number of hit points. But when he saw that he was a bit outmatched, the mercenary decided to run, and Mira, being the ambitious one that she is, ran directly after him. She's only 20 feet away where we join back into the game. Saying this, it now being his turn, running down the street and what I imagine to be sort of an anime-style kind of thing. He turns his head and he can see in his peripherals that she's running very quickly behind. And he goes, "Foolish child!" He turns around quickly and still running backwards, takes his 3 knives once more and
God.
throws them at Mira. The first one being, let's see. 19.
Hits.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and roll the throws first. Second one being 23.
Hits.
And the third hit. Oh boy, that was so close to a crit. 27?
Hits.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So he turns around, he
I'm
throws
down
these
again.
blades, and this mercenary, well, you can't be sure. No, you can. You sort of can. But we'll see how well it goes. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that, because my last 2 rolls were 14 and 18. We're going to see what happens here, because, yes, they hit, but the second hit, if you're already down after the first, the second one's at disadvantage, don't forget. Because you would be lying prone.
That would be
And he's more than 5 feet away from you. So, let's see. The first one is going to be a D8. That's a D10, 12. Not that one. Unless I want to make him super OP all of a sudden. Which he already sort of is, so not today. There we go. There's a D8. First one is 17 points of piercing damage to you.
I am down.
You were down from that one, which means the second one still hits, because it was a 14 and an 18, even with disadvantage. So it is... Oh, nope, never mind. That's just a hit. That's just 1 death saving fail. And the third one, at disadvantage. First one, oh, that's looking good. 14.
Did you roll both? Or
I did not roll both yet. I'm wondering about the first one, because it's quite low. For
a 14 would not hit. My AC is
That's
15.
good. Alright. No critical fail on that either. The second one was higher, so the 14 misses. So he turns around, he quickly throws the first blade, and you feel this pulse of just almost reminding you of when you were hit with poison in the Underdark. Just this pulse of darkness emanate from the wound immediately. You feel the life drain out of your body, and you feel as though the breath is pulled out of you as you just fall onto your knees and down onto the ground. He throws the second one. It sticks into your back, but there's no visible sign of the injury, even though in your mind you're screaming out as you're falling backwards into darkness. And the third one goes flying a bit high just past you as he grunts a little bit, disappointed at that third hit missing. He turns back around and quickly darts once more, using the rest of his action, or the rest of his turn for movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Okay. That is it for him. Next up, we have basically all the NPCs here who are unconscious. And next up, wow, is Mira.
5. That's another fail.
Oh, no, wait. I apologize. Nope. That was my fault. That 5 does not count. I was looking at the order that I wrote these in, not the actual order that they're listed.
Oh.
That is my bad. Next up is Zash, not Mira, with initiative of 22. I was like,
so
wait.
Remind me where I am and what's around me.
You are in the far back corner over here where you teleported with Mira before she used 3 actions to dash out of a window. You teleported down to... you're on the same level. In the very center of the room is Peter Flynn tied up to a chair. At this side here is who you know to be Lady Grievish, and on both sides are her twin sons.
Okay, so
It looks very empty. It looks like it was sort of prepared, I should mention, for some sort of dirty cleanup. There is a little bit of like a weird plasticky tarp underneath Peter Flynn in the center of the room.
gotcha. A mess tarp. Okay.
Yep, looks like Dexter. Looks like a scene from Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are they tied up? Is it like shackles or just rope?
They're tied up with rope. You can see behind the chair many knots and things like that, and then the rope connects down to their feet at the bottom of the chair as well.
Okay. Zash goes over to Lady Grievish and breaks through the ropes with his dagger.
5, 10,
Like,
15.
not untie her, but release her.
Yeah, fair enough. You just cut that and hope that it like unweaves itself, as she will struggle a little bit once she awakes. She's like in and out of consciousness too. So okay, cool.
Yeah, I figure I can only do I can release her or wake her up.
Yeah, I'll say that that's a bonus action. Since you went up and you just took your knife and cut that.
Okay. Then I kind of like mess with her face a little bit. Lady. Hey, lady.
Thought you meant like draw something on her. Okay.
Oh. Just kind of like shake her. Not hit her, but like shake her awake.
Just like shake her. What? Oh. I know you, don't I?
Oh, she remembers me. he thinks this aloud, like he mutters it.
Okay.
But yeah, I protected you once already. Guess I'm here to do it again.
She just nods with the last bit of her reaction to do that. Is that the end of your turn? You have another 15 feet of movement if you wish.
Unless I can get her up and move with her, then I stay.
I'd say that you could. It would take half of your movement.
That's fine. I stand her up and we kind of start to move, I guess.
All right. 5, 7.5. There we go. Just about there. All right. Next up after Zash, we have, Jax.
Okay. Well, I call out to Zash and Delilah and tell them to stay in this room. And I start running towards the window that Mira just jumped out of.
Dang it, Delilah would have had a turn.
I thought she only rolled like a 3.
She rolled a 4, that's the thing. I thought that all the NPCs rolled below 10. I was wrong.
Gotcha.
I apologize. Because,
she was the last one to go last turn, because she went over and did a medicine check on Flynn, and then it was Mira's turn. So she already won this round.
Alright. If you say so.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, let's do your turn, and then we'll resolve that if it needs it.
Either way, she would have just healed somebody, but
Healed, like, Peter or something? Oh,
yeah.
That's right, she did heal Peter. You're right, okay.
Well, she stabilized him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I start running towards the window. How many feet of movement would that take?
Let's see, you can do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30, and get 10 feet away from the window.
Okay.
Down this long hallway.
So I'm going to give up my action for more movement, but once I get to the window, instead of just jumping out and rolling shitty on my dex shit, I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Misty Step and just down to the ground.
Okay.
And that's up to 30 feet, so getting as close to Mira as I can.
So you moved an additional 10 feet. You could go Misty Step 5, 10, 15, 20 there if you wanted, or you could go further ahead. 10 more feet.
No, I'll go straight to Mira, because I'm assuming I see that she's laying on the ground.
Alright, you Misty Step right to her. Yes, she is. Bloop, like that. Just her feet are visible up over the ground. Who knew? It is, again, you still have 20 feet of movement, but that is your action, your movement, and your bonus action, unless you wish to use more movement.
Nope, that's it.
All right. Next up is Rudaboo. Yeah, we're gonna just leave Delilah for now because the mercenary as it is, he's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 feet in that direction, sort of dashing out of there. Which, again, for those of you watching on the stream, this is sort of a zoom-in picture of this building right here, and he's running down the sidewalk up along here. Alright. Next up, after that, are the NPCs, and then Mira. Mira first. Mira,
Alright.
can you go ahead and make a death saving throw?
It's a 5 again.
It's a 5. That is a...
With a different die. Yep.
That is your second death saving fail. Let's go like that. Wait. No. Come on. It's like the... it's like the bookshelves all over again.
Hey, if you die, you can always take over your mom.
Oh boy, that'd be interesting.
No, I feel that storyline would end like
Imagine
right
the
there.
funeral. That'd be...
Oh god.
Oh no, she's coming with me.
All right.
Wait, are you talking about my mom or my dead body?
I think your mom.
Both?
What?
Not in that way.
Okay. Alright. Next up.
I just meant we need to properly like bury you and whatnot.
Yeah, I meant it would be a proper funeral. After all, you
Just
guys
dig
did
like
help.
a 2-foot hole and then just gonna drop me in
She'd
there.
probably be buried in one of the nicer cemeteries over here of the capital, considering how
Yeah.
much you guys have helped out Lord Aowen. Sorry,
Yeah, and I do like a
jumping the gun
funeral
little bit,
pyre and-
admittedly.
yeah.
Mira.
We're gonna bury her,
Apologize
but you
about
guys
that.
are gonna burn my body? What the hell?
Next up is Delilah. When was that?
When I almost died like 2 sessions ago?
We were joking.
Where is Delilah's miniature? I think I may need to grab a new one. We're gonna go ahead and... Whoa! Nope. What just happened? It glitched. Fantastic. Alright. Next up is gonna be Delilah. Brandon, I'll have you act for Delilah.
Okay, gotta see. I don't think she used it. She used one spell, I think, and that was it. Check.
She's in the center of the room here, having just healed Peter.
They all probably look equally injured, right? Like, no one really looks worse than the others, except for maybe Peter, who's already stabilized.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miss Miller, or no, you don't know her as that. Miss Lady Grievish and the twins, all look about the same. Now that Peter's healed, he looks like he's about to regain consciousness. He looks a tad bit better than they do right now, having been healed that much, but still, about as bad as they do.
Okay, she'll go up to the younger twins, and she'll use Cure Wounds on one of them.
Alright. So she goes up to...
And that's 8
Okay.
HP.
Alright. That sounds good. Does she... That was, let's see... 5, 10, 15 feet of movement.
I get, is the, are both twins right there? Because she'll just stick around so the next turn she can heal the other.
Just about. He's like 10 feet this way.
Okay, then she'll move up to him, and that'll be her turn.
Alright. Next up after that is Zash Marefreet. You watch as Delilah comes up, heals one of the twins by holding out her hands. You see this heavenly glow emanate out from it, and this radiance just be absorbed through the skin of one of the twins to your side. You watch as she quickly darts across you to the next one, as you're walking alongside Lady Gravish.
Are the twins still tied up?
They are.
Okay, cool. So
Sorry.
Zash starts walking Lady Gravish like
cool.
across the room, completely oblivious to the fact that other people are still tied up, and not oblivious, ignoring it. I'll just put it that way.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30 gets you back to the stairs that you came in from.
Okay, and like on the way over there, he's just like, Jack said we can't leave the room, but are you okay? Are you hurt?
I think I'll survive, thanks to you.
Good to hear.
Okay. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I didn't really want to use a potion on her, so I'm glad she's okay. But yeah, I only have one left.
Next up then, Jax.
I'm going to use 25 points out of my lay on hands, which is to 30 now that we're level 6. So that leaves me with 5. On Mira.
You hold out your hands to Mira's almost lifeless body. You see that her breaths are very shallow. You see, or you can sense as you put your hands on her, not only the coldness of the blood that has been pouring out for a while, but also the heartbeat down beneath it, so slow, labored, and exhausted. You concentrate as hard as you can, and this radiance emanates from your hands too, shadowed by your black scales and fingers. It shines beams outwards as Mira, breath once more comes to you, and consciousness once more. Would you like to do anything else with your turn?
I am gonna ask Mira if she's alright. She won't be able to respond yet, but I'm gonna... Mira, are you okay? Can you walk?
She has a reaction.
I'm not gonna waste my reaction on a response.
You have a reaction. It's the same thing as if somebody were moving out of your space in between turns.
Yeah, I know, I'm not gonna waste it on this.
Okay, fair enough.
And then I'm gonna... Can I, like, hold a... Or actually, if she moves out of my range to chase after the dude, can I use my reaction to trip her?
Yeah, you can... Lay on hands is a bonus action or an action?
No, that's a full action. So this would be
action?
like...
Holding
Yeah,
a bonus action. I'll say so. I'll say that you
Well,
could be very much so at the ready to put out your foot in case she decides to start.
Okay. I was just saying, instead of like attacking her as a reaction to her moving out of like an opportunity attack, I would trip instead. But yeah. So
Good.
just kind of like
Yeah, you
be
can
ready
do
for that.
Be ready for that. Alright. It's at this point, too, that you guys watch Mira once again, life coming to you. You begin to sit up, and there you see the shining of the armor of the mercenary who attacked you for just a moment as he moves 5, 10, 15, 20. And then just disappears into the crowd of people. It's your turn now, Mira. No more death saving throws. That was a loud growl.
To answer your question, I'm okay. I don't think we will be once he gets back to whoever is employing him, because he has seen presumably the only dragonborn in the city. Well, not really presumably, maybe there are a couple, and the only fire genasi in the city, and all of our faces. That's why I wanted to kill him quickly. I'm just gonna lay here.
Were you speaking that or thinking it?
I was speaking it.
She spoke all that to him. While this is all happening, Zash is still walking Lady Grievish down the stairs and out the door. I mean, you're just so strong to have been able to not worry about yourself in such terror and put me before yourself.
Don't forget I also saved Mira.
Who? She's able to, let's just say, first off, Zash doesn't know whether or not, she knows her to begin with. But it's hard to tell as well whether or not she's just so infatuated at the moment, or if she's had a lot of practice keeping up a singular story / disguise.
Well, I mean, we were around her, like, we were all together in the mansion.
No, I know.
She should know the name Mira.
Exactly. Well, as much as you know the name of all the other partygoers as well. She also might be trying to make it not obvious that she knows her outside of said things, though. You can't really tell. This is more so for Rachel's sake of understanding why she said that.
Gotcha. Because Mira knows her, so it would make sense that it's...
Well,
yeah.
You guys have a suspicion that Mira knows her outside. A strong suspicion, granted.
Yeah, because she's only told us that she knows of her. She didn't say that she knows her.
I thought she told me more than that.
Oh, she might have told you more. I don't know.
Like,
Yeah,
we
I
had
don't
conversations.
remember exactly what I said.
That was a while back. Alright.
Basically that
But
they
yeah,
had a history. That's all I know.
She might be very infatuated,
said
or
I
she
knew
might
them.
just keeping up her cover. Because also she doesn't know that you and Mira, if you had talked, would have talked about that. Whoa, deja vu.
I think I just said that I knew them. That's about it.
We are once again at the point where you guys all begin to meet up downstairs. Delilah slowly heals up all of the injured, we'll say diplomats for the sake of ease. All the injured diplomats, and you guys all walk down the stairs, out the front door, which was very close to the stairs there, and you guys exit this room right here. Off to your guys' left, you see as still pretty bruised up and quite bloodied. In fact, Mira, your clothes are sort of soaked in blood. Your body itself, though, is mostly healed, and everything looks like it's mostly just scars.
I'm about
up on
halfway
you.
there.
About halfway there. The bad wounds, in fact, there are still a couple of daggers shoved inside of you. The one that took you out in the chest, which turned as you
I'm
fell
keeping
onto
all
it.
of them.
The other two, the other three were gone, but the two you still have inside your body. The one in your back / shoulder, which he threw at you when you were down, and then the other one, though, when it hit you and then you fell onto it, it sort of turned itself as it got squashed by your body, and it really dug into the wound.
Now I have 3 daggers.
Nice. These two
Not
daggers, they're exquisite. Like, You can tell that these are made to be aerodynamic. These are made to be thrown by the best assassins. This dagger looks like some sort of a very sturdy ebony metal, like something in Skyrim, but very tiny, with a almost pyramid shaped entry, so that it like really gets like, you know, fully into the wound. Almost, because the two sides, of course, you have the two really sharp sides of the dagger itself, but then the two sides come out risen more than most blades, but not extremely so. It's just like sort of like a if you were to look at it straight down, it'd look like a diamond. A very I realize again that you guys can't see while I'm trying to hold out with my hands, like a diamond like that, and that is the top view. But then it goes down into the blade and then goes looped into a big circle where there's a hole at the bottom of it. These are nice blades, though. As you pull them out and inspect them too and notice all this, they just drip with blood.
Do I see any poison?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
That's a lot better than it has been. Investigation 24.
24. With all of your knowledge, you get the idea that poison, there are some kinds of poisons that might disappear the moment when made contact with other liquids. Some of them are just clear all in general, but you don't get the aromas of any obvious poisons that you know. You don't get the look or appearance of any poisons, and your wounds themselves don't appear to have any poisonous tendencies.
Oh, thank God.
And that's the dagger, essentially, with the middle there risen a little bit more so. All right.
Kind of like a kunai?
Let me look that up and tell you. How do you spell it?
That's what I was thinking while you're describing it.
It's a Japanese
Oh, yeah.
throwing dagger.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh. Okay. I knew that I'd seen something like this somewhere. Yes. Holy crap. This is exactly what I just... That's so weird. No, because I didn't even think of it like this. Yes, it is essentially a pyramid. Okay. I find that really funny. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm so dumbfounded by this. I don't know why. Oh my god. It came to life many hundreds of years ago. Like, my idea just came to life in the blink of an eye. Okay. Again, I probably saw it from something. I don't know what. It was in my subconscious somewhere. Anywho. It is slowly after you guys are coming to a group once more, and you guys once again walk toward the building where you guys came from, and the lot of very familiar faces, certainly Demira, exit out of this building, that the guards that you guys were once with, who you were able to ditch through the very quick reactions, which you guys in the moment could hardly even notice, of people yelling as you ran down the streets, and as someone threw the daggers at Mira, killing her in broad daylight, drew the attention of many guards, especially the head of the guard. Not Grendel, we went over this last week. Golfric.
Hold on.
I think it's Golfric.
Yeah, Golfric, Ironclad.
Golfric, Ironclad. Cool. Alright. He comes up. I heard that someone fitting your description just fell a little bit ago, and I will admit I got worried. He comes up quite out of breath, and then and a bit sweaty from having rushed over in that short bit of time the moment that you heard that there was like a huge disturbance and battle going on in the middle of the streets, and you guys had just disappeared from his view. Are you alright? He says to Mira.
And I kind of just close my eyes and then just kind of like do like that into Jax. I'm just like, I don't want to talk.
Oh boy. I've heard about this after extreme battles. For those more frail, you might want a few days of rest so that you can emotionally recover. He says.
Yeah, let's rest. I was just wondering, did the other guys get out of the house that we were all in?
That's why I said Delilah uncuffed them.
She said she healed them.
She healed them and also just took out a blade, a small thing that she had, and yeah.
Okay, I guess.
Or even just untied them. I mean, this is again after the battle. This is not 6 seconds at a time. And she was, she went around, and I said that you guys, first, of course, it was you and Lady Grievish, as you know her, who came out the door, but not too long after, Delilah came down with Peter Flynn and the twins. And he notices them, too, and he goes, I take it you guys were able to find the people that you guys were supposed to be guarding all along. That is good. I am happy for you. Thank goodness you are okay, Lady Grievish. Much better now, certainly. I still would possibly require guides back to my hotel, though. That is very understandable, ma'am. We shall have surveillance and assistance with you, throughout the rest of your stay here in the capital, as well as, if you wish, assistance back to your home, even, as well. Although, you'll probably be using the same way that you used to come in. She goes, before he even finished that sentence, she goes, yes, certainly. The teleporters. We are not going to be using any foot-based travel. That is for sure. Alright. Yes, Fitzgerald, come over. As he yells back at one of the guards. Go ahead and make sure that you and 2 other members of the Night's Watch guide Lady Grievish on back. So, would you guys like assistance back to the Capitol building as well?
I don't think we'll require assistance.
No? Are you sure, ma'am? He looks at Mira.
I don't see him. I'm still in Jax's like chest or whatever.
Like, yep. Rolled up. Tell you what, I'll still go with you, just to be sure. And you guys start making your way then over to once more the Night's Watch post.
I think to Jax, we either need to find a way to get back to their hotel, or I need to go to a bar now.
I think back. We can go to a tavern if that's what you want.
Please.
I'm assuming Zash hears this as well, because we're thinking.
Yeah.
I'm assuming both him and Delilah would also hear.
Oh, right, Delilah too.
Alright.
And could I try to mentally lead him back to the bar where I met the gnome?
Yes, you could lead the 2 of them back there, not the knight that's like sort of leading you guys back to the capital.
Yeah, I would like to lead my 3 companions
Okay.
to that bar.
All right. For the life of me, I can't remember which one it was, but we will say.
I don't either.
I'm pretty sure it was in the shopping district, not the financial district. No, it wasn't the. No, where was it? I think it was this building, actually.
I remember it was being followed by the potion shop owner.
Yeah, for sure. Unless that was the gambling building. Oh my gosh, you know, I really don't. Yeah, we're gonna say it's this building here, which is on your guys' way. How convenient. I really do think that was the building. I really do. Because I know that this was the gambling house, I think. And, yeah, okay. So this was it, and it was very soon after that you went across the way to, because it was while you were on your way to get the papers from the inn, right? That you noticed that you were being followed by the little guy and ducked into a tavern?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it was this building. It is the same one that you saw. Yeah, you guys once again come across it while you're walking, and while Gerald Ironclad is leading you, you see the very familiar sign sticking out that says the Toad and Boar, and it has a picture of sort of a what's his name Toad, who was like, hello my baby. No, not him, but like the one that has the top hat and the cane, sort of like that Toad, just standing there, but not quite him, like Mr. Toad's Wild Adventure that used to be in Disney, if anybody knows that. And
It's not there anymore?
no, that's been gone since like before we were born.
I could have sworn there's one still in Disneyland.
It was taken over by the Winnie the Pooh ride in 1995.
Wasn't that in Disney World? I'm sorry, I think I heard about this.
It was taken. They still had like hints toward it, and they still own the Mr. Toad thing. But yeah, they took down the ride in 1995 and put in the Winnie the Pooh ride, which is also now gone. But they put Mr. Toad up in the pet cemetery that they have in Disney World there.
I'm thinking about Disneyland.
Maybe it was Disneyland.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, Disney Parks trivia is like, it's still open in Disneyland. It did close in Disney World in 98.
98. I was 3 years off. I apologize. So, anywho, it looks like him and a boar, just like, just standing back to back. The Toad is leading on the boar with one arm out. Again, very long, lanky arms like that, Mr. Toad. And it looks a bit busier than it did the other time, but again, there aren't many windows inside the bar. It's sort of darkly lit, but the only windows are out the front shop of it. And as you look in, it looks a little bit busier. There are a few people inside. There's the waitress, which you can see very quickly as you pass by, but Gerald is still walking forward on his way. I would say no more than 5 feet in front of you, and he keeps on looking back.
I'm going into the bar.
Follow in.
You guys start doing this, and Gerald,
Same.
on one of the times when he looks back very soon after, he goes, well, I didn't we want to go up to the capital there? I feel like it's a little bit early to start drinking, as the door slowly closes shut after you guys already went in. But reluctantly, you guys watch as you walk in, and a good 15 seconds later, ding ding, it opens up once more, and he again, he's a very tall guy, very broad shoulders. He's overarching in this doorway, sort of having to crouch his head just a little bit, even though it's like a normal sized room, sort of. It's slightly smaller than normal. So he's just like trying to scrunch down and think small, as it were. You guys walk in, and once again, it is the very middle-aged.
I'm the only one who's seen it, I think.
Middle-aged elvish woman. Yeah, she goes. Well, let's see. Yeah. Oh, it's nice to see you again. Is there anything I could get you today? You or your friends?
Yes, and I put down 10 gold, and I say, get me the strongest thing you have in as much quantity as 10 gold will get me. For me.
Heavens. I have
And I'm going to the table I was last time. And I just start walking over there.
You just start walking while she says.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will follow her over to the table.
Alright. You guys all begin to walk over to that table. It's a corner booth that you guys watch Mira sort of slide herself into the center of. And once again, you ask for the strongest drink and what?
Just the strongest drink, and in as much a quantity as 10 gold will get me.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. That's for glass. We're gonna say... Okay. You guys are all sit down in the booth, and it's not too long after you guys hear some clanking behind the bar, and you guys watch as Golfric is just sort of keen as to what's happening because he didn't hear any of that conversation, but he's just looking up with his eyes sort of wide as this barmaid picks up 3 very large bottles and just starts heading over. She puts a couple of glasses on each one of them. She walks over and clunk, clunk, clunk. There you are. The finest whiskey I have, which, admittedly, still only a few gold per bottle, but it is very, very strong. So please, be smart. And she just begins to walk away.
You can take these other glasses. I just need one.
All right. She starts stacking the glasses up. And walks away with them, not judging. Golfric begins to walk over. That appears to be a lot of alcohol. I hear that in times like this, a lot of people would like to turn to alcohol. I do not recommend it. I've seen many good people.
While he's in the middle of talking, I just forego the glass, I take the bottle, and I just start drinking.
Oh, heavens, he says in the middle as he just watches, and he just silently takes a seat in the booth sitting with his back facing to you guys so that he doesn't really have to see it, but he's still sitting by trying to watch out for you a bit.
Jax will take a bottle and just take a quick swig and then put it back.
Nice.
Do me a favor, roll, actually. Yeah, you take, 2 points of bludgeoning as she quickly smacks the hand right away.
I go ahead and put the bottles I'm not drinking into my bag of holding.
It doesn't really do anything to you. It's so surprising that this happened. And she quickly grabs that bottle and puts it in the bag.
Well, I know we all just kind of went through something, but I think we should have kind of a serious talk here for a moment. I almost left the other day. I was gonna leave a note for you two to find, letting you know why. But I couldn't abandon you. It's not in my nature. I vowed to protect Mira on her journey, and I've made another vow to save Zash. So I want you to know why I considered leaving. And please just let me finish what I have to say, and then we can discuss everything. Mira, you and I have been traveling together for nearly a year now. I have carried your unconscious body several times. I have risked my life for you many times. I've shared my story with you, and yet it feels you still don't trust me. You still shut me out. You would still rather leave me behind to investigate things or accomplish secret tasks. You'd rather take Zash over me, someone you had a hard time letting join us when we first met. I know I'm this good person who likes to do good things, but I feel I have proven I'm willing to bend the rules when the situation calls for it. My oath is one of vengeance, not one of holy morality. My end goal is to bring those who had a hand in the death of my dead wife to justice, even if that justice is at my own hand. And Zash, you and I have had many meaningful talks, shared my story with you as well, welcomed you in with open arms. Even after attacking us, I never gave up on you. You've asked me to run away with you, leaving Mira behind, and yet you too would rather leave me behind to help Mira in secret acts. I don't know what I have to do to earn your trust. After nearly dying, I was in a weak state, wondering why I keep throwing my body in the line of fire for these two individuals who won't even tell me where they really run off to when they leave me to watch the puppies. When I have a son out there who needs me, who may not even know I'm alive. And then I think back to what Grendel told me. We're involved in something greater than ourselves. We have a destiny. Think back to the vows I made. Protect Mira, save Zash. I will not abandon my destiny. I will never abandon the two of you. But I need you to trust me. You can't take all the secrets and the sneaking around anymore. Mira, who is Lady Grievous to you? Why were you so hell-bent on finding her? I asked if it was likely that they just fled, and you said it was highly likely, and yet you forged on with the investigation. Rightfully so, since they were kidnapped, but we had no evidence of that until later in the investigation. So who are they really?
They're family, aren't they?
Just keep drinking.
We know you better than you think you do. Than you think we do.
You don't know shit.
Then tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that you would go after anyone other than family.
How do you know I would go after family?
You nearly killed yourself today chasing after him, right after he struck you down and nearly struck me down.
Yeah, like I said before.
And I know that you love gold, but
assassin guilds. He's a part of an assassin guild.
It's
Sure.
at this point that you guys start to realize that with Mira's tiny figure and only
I'm
half
not-
elvish resistance.
I only have a +1 to Constitution, guys.
That the now half bottle, which she's already consumed at this point, which sort of looks like a Maker's Mark kind of bottle, you know, square bottom and stuff like that, but still half gone about, is starting to take its hold.
We have someone from an assassin guild saw us save them, and they wanted him dead, and we're gonna die. Oh, God.
Do you need healing? Says Delilah.
No, I'm fine.
Looking very uncomfortable with her wings trying to hold up against the back of the confined corner booth. Okay.
Come on, Jax. Let's just let her drown her sorrow. She's not going to talk to us anyway.
It's definitely in my nature to risk everything to protect people that I hardly know, but I've never known you to do that. You're more of the survivor type. You'll do what you need to do to make sure that you're okay. And today you did not do that. You did the opposite of that. And I know that there's more to this than just he's an assassin and he sees our face. Because if he comes at us again, we can take care of him.
He's gonna come at us with an entire assassin's guild.
Why didn't he come here with more than just himself?
Because all he had to worry about were 3 people and his target.
But if he was a skilled assassin, he would have done some recon and saw that we were there protecting people. We were interacting with Flynn. I would think that he'd want some sort of backup.
I'm pretty sure the Fae chick was giving him all his intel.
Can I, insight check? I mean, technically she could be telling the truth still without...
Yeah.
But...
That would be an insight check against Mira's persuasion on that one. Mira is at disadvantage.
Alright.
Oh, nice. 23.
19. That was persuasion.
Yeah. But, yeah, she seems to be telling the truth.
Just seems odd.
And why them? What's so important about them? Nothing. I don't have time for this. Maybe I'll go get the answers from Lady Grievous herself. She seems pretty keen on me anyway.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Oh, you think she'd actually tell you any ounce of the truth? That's pretty fucking funny.
Oh, so you do know her?
I said I knew her.
You know what? That's it. Can't handle all this. I cast Zone of Truth.
Nice.
Okay. Alright.
Everyone has
is
to
that
make
thing?
a save. It's not very high, so there's a good chance you can resist it.
You guys watch
But
as Zash...
It's a 14.
Sorry, that's the first time tonight.
Am I still at disadvantage?
What
Yes.
is it? Was the saving?
It's 14 charisma save, so she's
Charisma?
probably gonna beat it. Yeah.
No,
but
charisma, you actually have advantage on.
Is this a charm effect?
yeah,
You only
it's
have I only have advantage on charms.
No, drinking. You're a lot goes down, but your charisma goes up when you drink.
Oh, okay.
You lose, yeah. So up to a
It's still
certain point.
+3.
Once you get sloppy, then it goes down too. But
It's pretty
Oh
sloppy.
god.
she's definitely gonna resist this then.
What's the DC?
Only 14.
I rolled a 9 plus 3. My advantage roll was a 9 and then a natural 1. So
Oh.
I'm successful
Nice.
to Zone of Truth.
9. Yep, you're affected.
Oh, I'm good. I got a 21.
And
you guys watch as-
I know
Oh,
that
go
I am under
she's
influence, correct?
Yes, you do. And you can resist answering a question, but you can't lie. So if like we were to ask like, are they your relatives, you can choose to just not answer or be super vague or something, but you can't say no. Like out of game, obviously us in game we don't know that, but
Yeah.
Zash holds out his hand, and you guys watch as this purplish, like, barrier just pours out like a fountain, just a cone all around you guys, and it sort of like makes an audible suction of air noise as it hits the ground around the area around you. Delilah looks around. Oh wow, just a bit surprised. Also, it's a little bit like taken by it too, like because there's swirls in it. It sort of looks like a bubble. That's the best way I can describe it. It looks like purplish, like barrier, but it has those swirls that a bubble would of like multicolored kind of things. And she just sort of puts her hand on it just to see if it swirls.
now who are they to you? Why did you go after the assassin?
They're important to me. And I, honest to God, went after the assassin because if I didn't kill him, he was gonna tell an entire clan about us. Because that sucks.
You know he's going to tell an entire clan.
Because I was informed he was a member of an assassin's guild.
If he felt that the
Where
assassin,
the notes were from.
if he felt at the assassination, he might not want to admit that to his guild. He might just come back alone again until the job is done.
Or
We don't
he
know.
might want to tell them that there's a threat to the target and get reinforcements.
And why are they important to you?
I don't have to answer that.
I was waiting for it, but I just love the way that you said it, Rachel. Sorry, go on.
Are they relatives of yours?
I don't have to answer that.
Generally means yes. You know, if you were clean with us from the start, we could have helped you even further. I would have understood everything, and I might have chased him down as well.
Sure, if I was clean, you wouldn't want to help me.
Why wouldn't I want to help?
Yes. I've done some really bad stuff. And you wouldn't want to be here if you knew.
We've seen Zash do some pretty bad stuff, and I still like having him around.
I killed my dad.
I just look at you with this poor look. I'm like,
You're good.
I was like getting so emotional from it. You and Mira, so good. Oh my god, Justin, that was hilarious.
Well, I just picture like he's
Yeah.
you know, he's not under this spell and he's listening to all this and she's just like pouring her heart out. And he's like, how can I convince her that, you know, that it's okay?
God, that was so good.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know how Jax reacts to that right now.
Yeah, no, Delilah is stunned there. She's just... she sort of visually, like, goes from looking at the thing to looking at Zash and just slowly, like, scooching away from him slightly.
Did you kill your dad on purpose?
Yes and no. I wouldn't say I regret it, but I wasn't entirely in control. Here's the thing, Mira. Sometimes you do things and it's not your fault, but
Oh, it was my fault.
they don't make you a bad person just because you did them.
Yeah, they do.
What did you do that you're letting weigh on you like this?
You promise you won't be mad?
I won't be mad.
I don't want to tell Zash this.
Why not?
Because he's a jerk.
True. But you still like me.
I'm not quite sure.
Well, at least you're honest.
I kinda have to be.
I guess we can step to the side.
No. I gotta pee anyway. Zash gets up and leaves. And then comes back a little bit later as someone else. Across the bar.
I kind of lean into Jax's ear and I say, I don't really feel comfortable with Delilah here either. She doesn't know me.
Justin, real quick, go ahead and make we'll say stealth roll with advantage. Just to make sure, and it's against your guys' passive.
Oh gosh.
Okay, my passive is terrible. I don't see anything.
Actually, it's against your passive. I know I'm doing this weirdly, but bear with me. It's against Jax's passive, but it's against Mira's active with disadvantage.
Would this be perception?
Yeah, perception.
This is gonna suck no matter what.
I got a 23.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
Alright. Just make
Delilah, do you think maybe you could give us some privacy for a moment?
By the way, Justin, you who what's the form that you want to look like real quick?
I mean, I don't know how to. I guess like I'm just coming back as a random person that I've seen on the street, like someone that I know lives in town but isn't currently in the bar.
Okay, so could I say that you became a male dwarf?
Sure.
Okay.
That works.
You change into a dwarvish.
I mean, I have to be
creature with-
relatively my same height, so maybe not a dwarf.
Okay. Elvish ranger.
That works.
Okay. You change into a elvish ranger, and you stay relatively the same height, which is good.
Yeah, and I'm just like at the bar nearby, like in hearing distance, but.
As you're walking around too, you see that there are other groups having not nearly as intense of conversations, but conversations who sort of notice you walk by initially, and nobody really notices any change, but they also just like keep their heads up too. Everybody's sort of whispering to each other in this entire place, but there are a number of dwarves having a conversation over in one part of the bar. A human fighter, a male halfling, and a female halfling. Talking to each other. Not all of them, just the male and the female sitting at one area. And then there is also Golfric sitting with his back to the corner booth with his eyes wide right now. So wide. And you now see as the bartender walks over carrying a big pint of ale for him that he at some point must have asked for. Alright, just wanted to point out what you saw. Go ahead, guys. I apologize.
And Jax asked Delilah if she could give us some privacy for a moment.
Okay. I'm gonna, go outside then and stretch my wings a little, because it's very cramped in here. And she scooches out of the small corner booth.
Bye, bird lady.
I'm sorry, it's just drunk Mira.
She's really nice.
She is.
Ding, ding. She walks out.
Now it's only me and you, so.
What story did you want me to tell you?
Whatever it was that is weighing on you right now. You said you did something bad.
Well, there's a lot of shit in that category. Was I specific earlier? I can't remember.
We were talking about Lady Grievish and the two boys. How they're related to you.
Do you promise not to tell anybody?
I promise I won't tell anybody.
She holds out her pinky.
He
You have to
pulls out
swear.
his massive dragonborn pinky.
Which is the size of Mira's thumb, at least.
I grew up with them. And I guess you could tell by bits and pieces, I don't do the most above the board stuff to make money. I did that kind of stuff with them, and one of the last things we did got somebody killed, but after that something really bad happened.
What was that?
And I can't blame on any of them, because it was all my fault.
And what happened?
I think I said before, they're con artists. They trick people and get close to them, and then they take what they can and they leave. Well, when I left, that was all I knew. So I tried to do the same thing, because I thought I could do it without them. And I managed to pull it off. But I didn't think anyone got really hurt. But the person he killed himself. And he had a kid. Around my age-ish, but still. After that, some people think I'm like super sneaky, and I do really sneaky stuff. But for the past 3 years, all I've done is forge documents. It's about to the extent of what I do now.
You can't take all the blame for that. You,
Which one?
well, the gentleman killing himself.
Oh, I can.
You can't. You were doing all you knew. You were raised in an environment that clearly wasn't the best.
Oh, I knew it was wrong, but I did it anyway. And that doesn't make it better.
You can know something's wrong, but still, it's the only thing you know. I mean, everybody has done something that they're not proud of. When I was shunned from my clan, I didn't ever want to return because I thought that they killed my son and my wife. This was many years ago. And I hated myself for not returning. That's why now I vowed to go back and seek justice, but I was not proud of myself for not returning, and I blame myself for what happened to them. But Grendel took me to speak with Rain because she didn't die all those years ago, and she assured me that it wasn't my fault. This wasn't yours either.
And I hold out the bottle.
Take it.
When you take a sip, it is strong. This is much stronger than the barmaid and certainly Mira led you to believe just by reactions. Even for your dragonborn self.
But you
Hand it
think you
back.
swore not to tell, so you can't tell Zash or anybody. Otherwise, whichever god rules over pinky swears will strike you down. Fact.
I won't tell anybody. I think back to the group. It's safe to come back.
Ding, ding, ding.
And then before they come back, I kind of whisper in his ear, they are my family. It's my
What?
mom. It's my mom and my brothers. Even though we look nothing alike.
If you want us to do more to help them, we will. You guys are my family now. I'll do what I can to help you.
Okay.
I don't know if I can just end Zone of Truth or if it has to go the full duration. It doesn't say.
I'm gonna take a look, and while that happens, Delilah walks, of course, back up to the table, but she says, I think I'm just gonna stand instead of sitting once again.
Okay.
Stay stretching a bit.
And Zash shifts back at the bar where no one's where you guys aren't looking, and then walks back over.
Could he have actually heard anything? That's the thing, because I was kind of talking in whispers the whole time.
Yeah, we're gonna say perception check. How close did you get, Justin? Did you try to get within earshot and stuff?
I mean, yeah, I don't know how big this bar is. I was just trying to basically be near enough to listen in without being noticed. And not obviously just standing right next to them. So at a table, bar, whatever was, close enough. But I'm sure I didn't hear everything. But I got the gist of it.
Okay, what was your roll?
I'm gonna turn a light on, I'll be right back.
12. I didn't hear much. You said perception, right?
Yeah, perception. I also rolled it against Justin to see, because I feel like Mira tried to keep it secret from everyone, including unfamiliar faces as much as familiar ones. And so I just rolled to see how well she did at that, and yeah, you did not hear much. You did no that bit she whispered.
You might have heard some of Jax's responses. He wasn't necessarily whispering.
In fact, here's the thing: you heard some of it at the very beginning, where she said that her family and her history of family had done some bad things. Stuff like that, but then there were...
I didn't actually say family, though, I believe.
Fair enough. Just like in your early beginnings, I'm just trying to paraphrase.
Yeah.
You heard some of that at the beginning. You didn't hear any of the bit where she said when she tried on her own. In fact, it was about at that point that the dwarves were talking so loudly that you couldn't hear anything over them. And they were talking about how the goblins in the crypts of Amas are as strong as giants. How these giant strength-wielding goblins are trying to hoard some sort of treasure or something there. One of them couldn't find out, but he heard from another guy who's the only survivor of the area how bad it was, and they were just being very loud and ruckus about this, making a few of their own jokes about it here and there, not actually having lived through it. It sounds like a terrifying story, but they're just like laughing it off like it's nothing, but neither of them had anything to do with it. So, that...
Very glad I heard all that.
Yeah, very glad.
Way more important.
It's just Cone of Truth, right? What's the name of the actual smell? Not smell.
It's just Zone of Truth.
Zone.
It has a duration of 10 minutes, but it doesn't say if you can like just end it yourself.
Gotcha. Yeah. I hate to say it, unless it had not said this exact part of it, it says, until the spell ends, a creature enters the spell's area for the first time, or on a turn or starts its turn there, it has to make a charisma saving throw on a failed save, yada yada yada. So it's until it ends, cannot be ended.
So then does Zash have to re-roll now that he re-entered?
That's if he sits down inside the cone.
Gotcha.
That being said, if you guys don't want to be in the cone anymore, you could just get up and get out and move to a different table.
Not that worried about it.
So Zash comes back over and just goes, like, knowing that the zone is still going on, just goes, so what you guys talk about?
So just to be clear, I passed my roll for the zone. Just throwing that out there. I got a 19, but well, talked about what she thinks she did wrong, and I think that I assured her that it wasn't her fault.
Good, because it probably wasn't.
Exactly.
People are too hard on themselves for the things they did when they were younger. We can't control the people we were. We can only control the people we're going to be.
Exactly. Right. That's why I'm deciding to, for now, brush off the fact that you killed your father.
Oh, yeah, that's probably best. I should have. He's lying, by the way, because he passed.
Yeah, he did pass.
I'm sorry I had to step out.
Okay.
That's fine.
I killed my dad. Oh god, that's one.
The only thing that came out of that was just saying that you shouldn't feel bad about what you did because you can't control who you were. You can only control who you want to be.
And I didn't tell him what was that. Just a short, brief summary.
Sorry.
Well, should we maybe head out and get some rest?
I mean, if we're done being touchy-feely, then I guess so.
Well, Mira's got a bag full of booze, so she can drink that just about anywhere.
So at this point, you guys hear someone standing up, and there at the end, right behind Delilah, is again the overarching figure of the rather humongous leader of the Night's Watch, Gerald. No, that's Gerald Evergrande. Gerald Evergrande is the one person who. What? Why do I keep on? Golfric.
Golfric.
Ironclad. Jeez. Again, too many G names. He stands up and he's standing there. He admittedly is swaying just a tad bit, and he goes, "Well, that was something." Very wide-eyed. So yes, I shall lead you guys back up to the top of the capital.
Can we stop at the guard tower to get paid first?
Well, I don't plan on stopping any of you.
Can I go back to the Fighters Guild?
I suppose, if you wish, ma'am.
What do you need at the Fighters Guild?
I just want to go to the Fighters Guild.
I can make sure you get there safely. You look a bit worse for wear, but the rest of you, yes.
And Golfric, you know I feel so much more comfortable there.
Right. Yes. What? Oh, Jesus, that way. Why does that matter, ma'am?
I'm just gonna start walking.
Something weird going on between these two now.
Still can't be
Well,
honest.
You guys just go up to the, the main building for the Night's Watch. He's trying to shake thoughts out of his head right now. And they'll know now that you guys are owed your money. Have a good one. As he begins to make sure that Mira, who's swaying a good bit when she tries to walk normally, like a good bit, Mira, and him a lot more, let's say, not just sturdy, a lot more grounded, being the massive creature that he is. Also, the fact they only had like 2 pints just to get through your guys' conversation.
Since I have somewhat of a head start, can I try and lose him?
Yeah, you can try. You can certainly try. She begins heading back there. Do you guys wish to follow her, or do you guys wish to go to the Night's Watch building?
I'm pretty conflicted in this moment. I feel like she shouldn't be alone or with this stranger guard. But also, we really need to get paid, and we really need to rest.
It is about, like, 6, 7 o'clock now.
Zash, do you think we should follow her,
I'd say
or...
I don't know. You guys are the buddies now. What do you think?
We're buddies too, buddy.
I'm just saying it doesn't seem like she's my problem.
Gosh.
He's a little hurt. She's still being dishonest after not telling him the truth.
That's true. Let's head with her and make sure everything's alright, and she's not going to try and sneak off and take out that guy again.
Awesome.
All right. Lead the way.
Okay, so you guys begin, both of you almost completely sober. Jax, you had a sip so far that you took. It was super strong. You haven't had much since. And
Zash doesn't drink.
Or Jax, sorry. Jesus, second time tonight.
No, I said Zash doesn't drink. I was just...
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I did that. Yeah. So, Zash, you're completely sober. Jax, you're almost completely sober, especially considering that one sip didn't do anything. Certainly not until you mix it into something that you can actually drink it, let alone, even though you spit literal poison or literal acid from your mouth. It's still like, whew. Let alone your almost gargantuan size for a humanoid, I should say, humanoid. You guys start to follow, and Mira, go ahead and make a dexterity check with disadvantage for us.
Would this be stealth?
Nope.
For me to try to slink away, or just straight up dexterity?
I'm just gonna say dexterity. Yeah, I'm gonna say straight up dexterity.
Alright. That's a 5.
Yep. Alright. You guys watch as teetering from side to side. Hold up, let me find... Okay. You guys watch as teetering from side to side down the road. Mira's just walking and slowly bracing herself up against the wall just a little bit, and then she holds up her head to act very composed. She looks back to see that Gulfric is still there, and just looks forward, keeping her chin up very high, and continues walking. And she'll occasionally still look behind her and keep her chin up and continue walking until this one point that you guys watch where she quickly starts to fast walk, and Gulfric hastens his pace a little bit, but she starts to fast walk and turns quickly behind the corner of an alley, and then you guys watch very clearly as she pokes out her whole head to see if Gulfric is still there. She has no clue that you guys are following Gulfric even further. She's just checking to see if Gulfric is there, and she sees him, and then just and a look of surprise on her face as she tries to hide until soon after Gulfric comes up and he goes, we still have a good bit further of a distance on our journey to go. Do you need a rest?
And the alley I'm in, how high is the wall behind me?
It's at least 3 stories. These are these tall buildings here. There it is. This is like this tall building here, and yeah, it's not a huge alley or anything like that, but yeah, it's essentially like this. This one's only about 5 feet at most in length, and there's a lot of rubbish and stuff on the ground.
This is probably really dumb, but can I try and parkour up the walls?
Oh my god, yes you can. No, this is genius. Alright, go ahead and make an acrobatics check with disadvantage. After all, you're so great at these.
11.
Disadvantage?
Yeah.
Wow!
I rolled an 8 and a 6 plus 5.
Okay. So, seeing him there, you look up at him, and then look at the wall in front of you, and then back at the wall behind you. And you just quickly make a break for the wall. You run up, you successfully jump up the side of the wall, up to like sort of a garbage can kind of thing, that was like right to your right when you were originally standing there, on the wall that was at your back. You step up on that, you leap up into the air, and you successfully grab hold of one of the sort of outcroppings that wraps around the side of the building, and you're holding on to that. You're a good 10 feet above the ground, I'd say about 3 feet up above the garbage can, and no, that doesn't add up. You're a good 10 feet up above the ground, a good, 4 or 5 feet up above the garbage can, and you're just dangling there now. Very drunk and just dangling on the side of the wall. It's very dirty too. You don't realize this while you're drunk. Yes. Go ahead and make a strength check.
With disadvantage?
No. Your strength is normal.
Okay. Well, if it's just straight up strength, it's a 6.
Yeah. You go to try and pull yourself up, and You make a very audible grunt as you try to do so. You get no headway. And it's at this point that Zash and Jax now come up to the alleyway. You still do not
Can I
notice them.
keep trying?
I'm gonna say after a short rest, yes.
Um,
It's the
I'm
rules.
just hanging there.
Yup.
I have half a mind to use my amulet.
So we see her just drunkenly flopping there, right?
You see her just dangling there, and Gulfric now sort of attempting to talk her down, as it were. I really think that we should get on our way. It's about an hour's walk from here back to the Fighters Guild.
It only take that long because you're slow.
What are you doing?
Oh, good. Is this a regular habit of hers?
She is not acting herself.
she's usually
Right.
very good at sneaking away.
Is she though?
She brings you off.
To Jax, she
Oh, that
is.
was me. That was
Oh,
my
if it
dick
was
comment,
Zash,
not
if it
Zash's
was
dick
Zash
comment.
saying that, then she would have, but she doesn't. If it was just
Why?
Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
Why are you? Why are you trying to sneak off? He says up to you now, Mira.
because you're weird.
I am just looking out for the safety of you, as I do all individuals in the capital. It's kind of my
Then
job.
go help somebody else.
Well, at this point, I can't say I really trust you in your condition to not be of harm to yourself or others. I don't think I can at this point. I didn't want to have to do it, but we could put you in a room or cell until you sober up for the evening.
Is there an option for me, DM, to just hang on there for an hour and then try again?
Realistically, no. You can plan to do that if you wish. Realistically, things will happen.
I'm not letting go.
How big is the garbage can?
The garbage can is about 4 feet wide. It's more so of a wooden kind of rubbish bin than it is a garbage can, and then it has like wooden flaps over it. It's like connected to the building almost. And yeah, again, 4 feet wide, about 4 or 5 feet tall. It takes up about half the alleyway, so 2.5 feet in width.
Jack's gonna climb on top of the garbage can and reach up to Mira and try and pull her down.
Alright, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Shit.
What do I do to combat this?
That is a 10.
That's enough, don't worry. It's just like a 4-foot thing. How do you mean, what do you do to combat this? You as a player...
He's trying to pull me down. I want
Yep.
to not be pulled down.
Well, if you choose to stay there, then you have to make a strength against his strength.
That's
easy
no,
for
it's
you.
not my odds, but
Or you could
I'll try
choose
it.
to jump down beforehand and run, or you could... No, that's about it.
yeah,
You
he's
could
already
plane
really
shift.
close.
You could literally plane shift.
I could. I just don't know what I've actually, as a player, I don't know what Mira has read in her book. So I don't know where I would go. I don't know what planes I know about.
You know about the planes that everybody grew up knowing about. Basically, the 4 elemental planes, the, Shadow Realm, oh gosh. Yeah, you know basically about them. You know that
There was one I was really hoping you would
sober,
say.
this would be really stupid to do. The Fey Realm, the Feywild.
Yes.
Yeah, you know about that one. That's a possibility.
Remember,
God, it
Jax
would be
is kind of
so
like
nice.
grabbing at her right now. So
Yeah.
she
The thing
plays
is,
shit.
am I drunk enough to
He
not
already
know
took-
that it's super dumb?
Essentially, he already took his action and is now reaching for you and grabbing your leg. So now while
The
you're
question is,
deciding
would
all
Mira
this,
know if this is really dumb?
that's what she's deciding in this split-second moment. So Zash, go ahead and make, or Jax, go ahead and make a strength check.
Alright.
And Mira,
Can I
at
make
least
one
while you're
too?
deciding, yep, go ahead and make that strength check.
Ooh, that actually isn't bad.
19.
Damn it! I rolled an 18!
Oh.
And I have a +0! Because of my ring. Darn it!
You pull, and with sort of a drunken determination, she's holding onto this ledge with her hands, and it surprises you a good bit as to how she could have this much strength in, like, practically just her fingertips compared to your entire forearms. But after enough pulling, you anchor down a good bit. Now, we're gonna say, yeah, Mira, go and make an acrobatics saving throw, or just
It's not gonna do much good.
dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Oh, thank God.
Because, no, actually, it evens out. It evens out.
Oh, damn it.
It was your first roll.
Alright.
I apologize. Because,
It's a natural 2, so I
Natural
don't
2.
do anything.
well,
It's a natural 2 + 3.
how many hit points do you have?
25.
25. Okay, that's good. Because as he pulls you down, your drunkenness would have, of course, been a deterrent and would have made you have disadvantage. But with Jax's assistance as being ready to catch you and try and help you once you fall down onto this rubbish bin, would have been the advantage. So that's why it evened out. And with your natural 2, you finally release, but as you do, it is so sudden to Jax and your drunken self that you end up falling down off the rubbish bin, sort of head first onto the ground, and end up taking 5 points of bludgeoning damage to the head. And not Grendel.
Roll for concussion.
Golfric goes, see, this is exactly what I was afraid was gonna happen. Okay. I apologize, I don't remember your name, he says to Jax. I appreciate you trying to help. Would you help assisting her back to the Night's Watch Tower?
I will. And I pick up Mira.
I try to wriggle out. Ooh.
This time using my sick direwolf cloak as padding on my shoulder because she likes to complain after she's been riding on my shoulder.
I still want to try and wriggle out. Mm.
You get nowhere. Like, because you think you're trying to wriggle out, but your drunken, sort of half-conscious self, after the pretty bad blow to the head, is not
I have a
actually
concussion.
that really. Yeah, it's a bit of one. Yeah, Delilah
Probably
followed
shouldn't
with you
sleep on
guys,
that.
so she's like, oh dear. And I'm sure she does healing hands on you. Which it's almost the end of the night, so we're not going to even count to put that on. But your head isn't bleeding. You no longer feel the sudden effects of a concussion, but you are still very tired at this point. And it's about 8 o'clock when you guys make your way to the Night's Watch Tower, unless you guys have any other changes in plan, mainly Jax and Zash, who are the conscious two.
No, I think it's best if we get back and get a rest.
Okay. Alright, thank you very kindly, he says. We do have a couple of cells down in the dungeon, but that's far too primitive, I feel. For most, especially, this frail one.
I'm slumped over, so I was just flip him off. Just like,
It was a compliment. nonetheless, we shall put her in one of the interrogation rooms for now. They have sufficient locks on them. And yeah, if you wouldn't mind, this is the same room that we had you in earlier. In fact, he points to Zash. Just the other day. It's you know, very, very nice. I wish we had a bed in here. We don't. We have a chair. Do we have any cots? He says, turning to one of the other knights. The other knight shakes his head. Okay. Could you place her in that chair then? I shall. After you do that and step out of the room, he locks it. He goes, I shall go grab her some food and water. But she will probably stay in there for the rest of the night. You guys are welcome to stay in the knight's barracks if you wish for the evening, or head up to the capital where I know you guys have a place that you're staying at up there. Really, I trust you guys to go out on your own. You should be fine.
I think we can just stay here for the night. We're gonna have to grab her in the morning anyway.
Very true. Okay. Throughout the evening, Mira, you sort of get glimpses of, again, this overarching sort of doofy knight coming in and just like, but he's just putting down plates of a very bread-based kinds of food. You know, one is just like bread and butter, another one is a sandwich, and it sort of piles up, and then the third one is soup with a little bit of bread, and he has there like 3 things of water there too. And you just remember sort of glimpses of each time they brought in said food with a drink, put it down, and he's taking care to see that hopefully you help yourself, but it really isn't up until the morning. About early. There's still like a window in this room, but it's more so of a prison cell kind of window with a couple of bars, and it's more so just to let a little bit of light in. And you can hear birds chirping outside. It's very early in the morning, it seems, that you wake up.
I'm gonna try and pick the lock on the door.
Alright.
Or I check if it's unlocked, and then try and pick the lock if it is. Oh.
Did
I get a full rest?
Did Zash and Jax do anything throughout the night before they went to bed? Because Mira just passed out is also what I was trying to say, and then the next thing she knows, it's morning. Did you guys want to do anything before bed?
No.
No?
No, Zash just silently goes to bed.
Okay. I would like to point out that's like a day and a half that the puppies have been on their own at the one hotel.
No, they're at the mansion.
Are they? Yes, you're right.
Yeah, he brought them.
Yep.
back.
Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure that, they don't starve or anything. Cool.
I'm pretty sure they would find something to eat, no matter what.
Or someone.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I was gonna say true, but not always of substance until he said that. Yeah, they possibly could just burn down a door, burn down the entire building, and then, eat.
They could burn into the kitchen.
If they really
It's not that
want.
far.
Nonetheless, alright. You guys also go to bed very soon, which means that you guys wake up very early as well. Very similar time. It's just about now that you guys are waking up as well. And Mira, what was your...
I was just wondering if we got a full rest.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Everybody's fully rested. That was like at least 8 hours. And you're half elf, so... Wait,
It's still 8
meditate?
hours.
Oh, it is?
No, it's only full-blooded elves.
Gotcha.
I want to try and pick the lock if it's not. Unlocked.
So, quick one making. Well, what are your actions here? You wake up, go over to the door, take out your lockpick set, and start unlocking it?
Well, I'm gonna look around and see if I'm alone first.
You are.
Alright, I'm gonna try the door and see if it's unlocked.
Alright. You try the door. It opens wide open. And from the room, I said you were alone. There was still the obvious, double-paned glass, they're not double-paned, double-sided mirror glass. But you open up the door, and there, sitting in a chair, outside of the door with his back to the wall, that you were opening the door on, is Gulfric, sitting there patiently waiting, to the point where he fell asleep there. And just...
I'm gonna sneak by him. I do not want to wake him up.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Huh?
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Alright, so you cut out.
No problem. Yeah, here's hoping I don't cut out like I did last week.
22.
22.
Now I roll well.
Okay. Yeah, that was really good. You successfully sneak by him as he's snoring a bit heavier now, it seems. Where would you like to go? The door is to that you came in from is to your left, and the barracks are to your right.
I think into my stone. Are you guys up yet?
You guys are.
I think back. Yes, we are. We should collect payment.
Oh, you guys did that throughout the night.
Okay, never mind. We did that throughout the night.
You guys have my
I'll
money.
certainly say that you guys did that throughout the night. At least.
Oh yeah, Mira doesn't have it. Me and Zash have it.
Yep.
No,
not
that
Mira.
was 6,000, right?
Yes.
Okay. We should probably pay Delilah something, right?
Does Delilah have it? You guys gave Delilah an earpiece already, right?
Yeah.
There's no need for
yeah.
money. She's
So I
like
can't
holy
think
or
it.
something.
She is holy or something.
She goes, oh, no, I don't need anything. That's okay. You guys take it all.
That's so generous of you. Thank you.
Oh. I only joined it at the end of your guys' job, as it were, anyway.
Indeed. I really needed this money. I had 10 gold left.
Oh, dear. If you ever have financial trouble, you could always come to me.
It's alright, Delilah. I'm set now.
Alrighty, so we are back now. Who knows what was last said? Nonetheless, I don't even remember where we were. Oh yeah, Delilah decided to stay up at the Capitol building for the evening instead of being down in the barracks. So yeah, you guys can hear her over the audio or the earpieces, but you do not see her, and throughout the night, Jackson's Zash saw her leave, but Mira did not.
And then we all woke up and handed out the gold. Mira came up to collect it from us.
Okay. Yep.
And I believe that's where we left off. I don't think
Yep.
we did anything else.
Nope. So let's continue it. Oh goodness. That was just an intermission, everyone. Thank you for sticking around. Oh, they didn't though. Dang. I don't blame them. I'm
It
sorry,
happens.
guys.
Don't worry about it.
Yep. So you guys all have the gold. You guys exit the barracks building with actually. Yeah, no, we'll say with just your guys' walking pace at this point. It's just Mira was so close to Gulfric. But you guys walking from the barracks to the door don't need to make a stealth check. You guys walk out, and everyone is still asleep in the barracks at 7 o'clock in the morning or so. You guys look out and see that the sun is just up over the sea, and it's quite a beautiful sight. Way off to your right, though. I shouldn't say way, but you do see it barely up over the wall as well. And as you walk out, there are 2 guards standing their post out there. One would assume to be some sort of night shift.
I think in my earpiece, I don't know what your plans are. I plan on checking on our clients, ex-clients. If you want to come with me, that's fine. If not, let me know. And I just start walking.
I just think back to, well, I guess everybody, if you need me, let me know, but I want to go grab a few things.
Alright. So, Jack starts heading up to the top then?
No, I want to head to, like, shops, like the Enchantress or something.
Gotcha. Then we will get to that in just a moment. As you make your way over to the financial district, Mira is able to make her way quicker over to the Golden Dreams. And where does Zash go?
He goes with Mira.
Mira? Okay.
It's like shopping or...
Still trying to find out if they're her parents or not.
It's more
He's still
that
curious.
like he knows
He
that she
doesn't know.
doesn't really like care about him, but he's still just like he can't let her go. Plus, yeah, it sounds better than shopping.
Wow. You can get some cool stuff, man.
I mean, all right.
I mean, I'm eventually gonna go shopping too, so
Once
either
ag-
way, you're going shopping.
Once again, walking past the front desk woman at the Golden Dreams, the very
I
familiar
actually
face.
want to go back around where I saw that it was easy to get up to the room.
It was easy
that
to
they
drop
had.
down. It
Drop
wasn't
down?
easy to get up. It's still like 10-foot gaps in the drop.
Alright, I'll go through the front door.
Alright. There you see her, but she's a lot more tired than usual and not all there in the morning yet. Rather exhaustedly, she's standing there almost falling asleep. As you walk past, go up the stairs to the 300s. And their rooms 301 and 302 and a number of others are closed.
My brother's in 302.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna knock on that door.
Yeah? Who is it?
It's Mira.
Oh,
And a
Mira.
guest.
And a guest? Who's your guest? Yeah, we don't know who your guest is. They
The
open up the door.
fire dude that I was with.
Huh. Okay. You look at them and they have some scars, but they look quite a bit better than they did yesterday. Certainly from what you remembered, having literally just separated at that point so that you could go to the tavern. You did not see them get much better at that moment. Delilah walked around and tried healing everyone up like a good bit, but they still had many cuts and bruises. Now they only have scars and stuff. In fact, Tanner has one rather large scar across the side of his eye now. And he says, "Huh, cool. Good to see you, sis. What's up?"
I push them in and close the door. Damn it.
It always comes out in the end.
I kind of just like grab him by the scruff and pull him close. It was Tanner,
Me?
right? That said that? No,
Yeah.
my brother.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say.
I
That
thought
was
that you.
Tanner, right?
Yeah, you said you quickly closed the door. I thought that you meant that you
No,
closed
yeah,
the
I
door.
pushed them in and
Gotcha.
closed the door behind me.
Pushed them in, and you went inside the door and left Zash out in the
Yeah.
hall. Got it. Yeah, Tanner said that. What?
He wasn't supposed to know that.
Whatever.
And
That's
then
why
I just
you
give
and
him a
Ma
big
always.
old hug. Just give him a hug.
As he continues saying, though, you hug him. He just sort of essentially goes limp in your arms and just embraces the hug. And he goes, "Well, that's why you and Ma were always the ones who always pulled the that's why you and Ma were always the ones who did the grifts anyway, not me." Not me
And
either.
I give him a kiss on the forehead and I go to Taylor and I just give him a hug.
Thanks. How are you after all that?
Better than you, apparently.
Hell.
What happened?
Well, one minute we were just, chilling out at the party. The next, there were these tentacles flying up out of the ground. And so we all ran like everyone else, but we ran, and one of the guards started leading us, and it wasn't before too late that we realized that he wasn't a guard.
Do you know why it happened?
No. In fact, the whole
All
thing
right.
is a bit fuzzy. They hit us really hard in the head at the beginning to knock us out. Seemed like
Was
they
there
were really
one?
focused on Peter.
How many were there?
No, it was just the guy. I just mean, like... Sorry, they was the wrong word.
That's okay. That's okay. You were rattled. I'm gonna go talk with Ma, okay?
Alright.
I'm gonna just give them both a hug again.
Does that mean it's going to be a while before you visit again?
I don't know.
Well, you can't make this visit. The one that... before you leave again.
Do you need me to take care of you?
No, we don't need that. Yeah, come on, sis, don't be stupid. We take after each other, and Ma. It's
Well,
just
if
good to
anything, you
see
need to
us
take
all.
care of me. I'm the baby.
Exactly. We don't know if you're gonna be safe out in that world, is all. It's a dangerous place out there.
I've lasted this long.
Says you. But you say that we look worse for wear. I don't know. If you ask me, there's something wrong with her face now, huh? Yeah, totally something wrong with her face. I mean, look at it. It's all demented now. But seriously, sis. Don't make this the last visit before you go.
Okay.
You open up the door and head out into the hall, and there's Zash standing with a rather sizable grin on his face.
He was leaning against the door, by the way, like ear up against the door.
Oh, okay. It opens and
So does it open in or does it open out?
it opens inward. So very suddenly, that very sturdy piece that you were leaning your ear against just vanishes, and you sort of fall a little bit, but catch your balance, and
Oh yeah, he's pretty cool about it.
yep.
So looks like I was right.
Screw
okay.
you. And I go around and go to my mom's room.
Come in.
I come in.
You open up the door, and there is an already ready for the day Beth Miller, no longer Lady Grievish, Beth Miller, sitting in front of her. I don't know the proper word for it. Just like a sort of like a little ready room packed up into a single dresser with a big mirror, lots of makeup and powder, brushes, things of the sort. And with her hair all done, with her makeup all done, already dressed for the day, and a Peter Flynn unconscious on their single bed, even though it is a double bed room, only one has been slept in, or either that or she also made hers. You are not really sure, but you can assume.
You know, I don't think you're wearing enough makeup. I can kind of see your crow's feet.
I think you look great, Mama Mira.
I elbow him in the gut.
Wow. The master of secrets you are.
It was Tanner's fault.
Oh, I bet. Even when your brothers have hardly anything to do with it, you pass the blame onto them. Nonetheless, it was your lie to hold in the first place, so...
I didn't even have to lie, but I did for you. So,
For me,
you're welcome.
I mean, sure, I came into the city under the guise of a separate name, but that's just because you never know who in your past you're gonna run into. That being said, almost everyone in Thornapple knows me by my true name.
So is he asleep? Or...
Your guess is as good as mine, but anything you have to say is safe with him. Again, everyone in Thornapple knows who I really am. Especially him.
You're really the diplomat, aren't you? It's not an act, is it?
Not really. I mean, it might have been a little bit of one at first, but... I mean, once people officially give you that title, I mean, yes, you are acting as a diplomat, and I told Peter everything since, and I'm still there. I'll remain there, probably. Whatever life has in store for me, that is. I told you. She gets up and walks over to you, puts both of her hands on your shoulders. I only do what's best for the lot of you. You and your brothers, and, well, since one bird has jumped out the nest, I'm still looking out for the other two and making sure that they have the lifestyle that I need for them.
Well, getting them kidnapped and beaten half to death is a great way to show it.
That almost always confident smile, or at least a smirk, disappears from her face and immediately goes to sorrow. Yes. You're not wrong about that.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's all his fault.
No. That's like saying, it's the toad's fault that the alligator eats him. Like, it happened to him. He's the victim, as much as we all are. So, any plans for the day?
I don't know. Zash, what was on the docket?
Jax is shopping. We have a lot of money to spend now, after all.
That's right. I hope that you guys enjoy it. After all, it's the least that I can do with the newfound wealth I've come into. Not to mention the existing wealth I had, but I'm a lot more proud of this one.
Oh, so you're saying that you could have given us more?
He seems like a rather good traveling companion, that's for sure.
He's a lot of fun.
No, it's almost a compliment.
He's also a dumbass. Oh.
Well, Mira,
Oh.
I taught you to have better language than that, even when you are insulting people.
Yeah. Well, having colorful and more... No, it's not very practical. Especially where I go. It's not that practical.
If you say so. Well, the dragon one and the inner fire over here. Are you safe traveling how you are? And Zash, this sort of catches you a little bit off guard that she just so blatantly asked this with you, like standing in the room, but
I know for a fact Jax has my back. Zash is kind of reckless, but not too much more than you were, so I think I'll be fine.
were. Don't put everything you know about me in the past. She once again looks at Zash and smiles.
You know, Mom, he has come into quite a bit of money if you want to...
As much as I may flirt, and as hard as I find it to put that behind me, I'm happy too. It's good to see that you landed on your feet out here. You always were like a cat.
Thanks. I do have a few things to tell you in trying to find you. We met Trujenin. He's a nice man.
Trujenin, remind me.
He was a shorter man.
The servant of Peter, that's right.
Yep.
So...
There was a dwarf with you. I don't know if he's here. We haven't checked. His name was Mawal. He wasn't here when we came looking for you. And
yes,
oh yeah, the female assistant Faye. Yeah, she was informing the assassin.
Yes, we found that one out the hard way.
She's also dead.
Ah, you didn't do that, right?
She was already dead.
Okay, good. I mean, I didn't know with that personally, and to be honest, never really liked the way Peter looked at her, so... That being said, Mawal chalks it. He's still missing, huh?
Oh, well, I don't know. When we looked for you yesterday, he was not there.
Yes, we hadn't seen him since before we left for the party. Okay, I'll be sure to mention it to Peter once he awakes. Nonetheless, it probably won't put a damper on our plans for the day. We're going to be heading up to the capital and meeting with Lord Haywin one final time. And there he will see us out of the city. Apparently he has far safer traveling circles than out in the public. So
teleportation circles you mentioned last night.
Yes.
I do have a question, though.
Hmm?
Does Flynn know about me?
He knows,
I'll take that as a no. Oh.
He knows that I have a child, You said that and stuff too, and she goes, he knows that I have another child, but I didn't tell him it was you. We don't keep secrets, but there are still a few lies of emotion here and there. Just things that haven't been brought up until now, or relevant.
I look
After all,
back at Zash. This is where I get it from. If you have any
Yeah,
this.
that makes sense. Guess it runs in the family.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
But then
you
you-
are the one who left. But you take a lot more after me than you care to admit.
Obviously not my looks. I look much better than you.
Oh, but you certainly take your little subtle jabs from me.
We can't all have winning personalities. We got the bad straw.
Well, all that matters is what we're able to do with it. And she once again looks at Peter sleeping on the bed. Very happy, though. So today's my last day in town, then. And your brother's. And Peter's, certainly, especially with all that's happened.
Yep.
Oh, come here. She holds out her hands for a big hug.
I kind of walk over and
Then
Yeah,
it's
give a
very
hug.
similar to what you did to your brothers, where you give them a big strong hug. She does the exact same thing to you. You just sort of go limp and embrace it with your arms down to your side as your mother hugs you and kisses you once on the forehead. And it sort of reflects in your mind how much it is similar to what you just did and what she just said. How much you take after her.
Ma. Can you let go, please?
Just a few seconds more.
Mom,
One
this is
last
embarrassing.
I'm into it.
It's at this point, yeah. It's at this point where she just gives a bit of a... Okay, did not expect that kind of look to Zash.
He was secretly helping.
And anyway, she releases the embrace. Alright. Well. If you're off then, I'll start getting ready for the day and be up and at 'em. She says this, trying to subtly hint that she just woke up this way.
Well, I know the boys want me to say goodbye one more time. So let me know when you're leaving.
I will. I'm sure Lord Awen will want to thank you guys again more for all that you've done, or at least all they heard that you've done. It really is rather impressive. The lot of you were able to take down the drow impersonators who infiltrated the highest security night of the evening. Well, that being said, you also infiltrated it, didn't you? Quite the ambition in you. I'll see you then.
As I'm passing the vanity, can I just try and nick something?
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. And then we will now get to you, Brandon. Sorry.
Okay, you're fine.
19.
19. Nice. Yeah. You You end up successfully nicking what appears to be like a small little box. It might appear to be some sort of jewelry box or something like that. Maybe. You nick that and put that in your pocket.
Okay.
Alright. So, as you guys walk out of the Golden Dreams, we head over to Brandon, who made his way over to the shopping district. Brandon, did you want to head to the Enchantress first?
Yeah.
Alright, you walk in. Again, a very familiar sound with all these buildings. Ding, ding, ding. A little bell as you open up. And it is the familiar face of the Enchantress herself. Oh, hello. What can I do for you today?
Hello. So out of game, can I tell you a couple things that I'm looking for, and then
Alrighty.
because I don't think like Jax as a character would know per se.
Yeah.
So it's might seem like a lot, but I'm not asking for all of it. Just if any are available.
Okay.
So like Amulet of Health, Belt of Dwarven Kind, Bracers of Defense, Ring of Evasion, Ring of Spell Storing, and then Belt of Hill Giant Strength. So like something to like either like boost my con, AC, strength.
Yeah, we'll say that she has the Amulet of Health. And as you start to, you're trying to offer things and describe them as like things that would really help you be able to heal other people better, things like that, you know, and you word it so that she's able to come across these items a bit better in that way. Let's see, I'm trying to see, in the advanced filters, the kind of... Yeah, right now we'll say that she has the Amulet of Health.
Okay. Alright. And how much would it be for this?
This one will be 500 gold.
Okay. And could you perhaps, enchant my cloak for me?
What are you looking for it to do?
The roleplay version of +1 to my AC, like the Cloak of Protection.
Gotcha.
I want to keep my dwarf or a dire wolf.
Yeah. She takes a look at it. Oh. Interesting. I believe I could. So you'd like to make it more difficult for you to be seen, or more so, sort of alter your image in the heat of battle?
No. Harder to hit.
Yeah, that's what I meant by that. She's just
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to... Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
Yes.
Just like so that you're moving strangely, so that...
Right.
Yeah, I could do that. It would cost... I'd say another 500 to add such a enchantment to it.
Right. And I think my friends may come in here. It was the Fire Genasi. I don't know if you remember him. But he has a cloak similar to mine. And if he does come in here, can you offer him the same enchantment on his cloak and I'll pay for it?
Very well. Although if I'm offering it to him, I can't help myself if he says no to it. No, I'm kidding. Don't worry.
If he says no, I hope you would let me know and I can take my money back. But
It was a joke. It was a joke. All right. Is that all?
And how long would the enchantment take?
Well, this one is quite simple. I could do this in a matter of minutes.
Oh, great, thank you. And I put the 1,500 gold down.
All right. She takes the 1,500 gold. She goes in the back. She ends up grabbing from separate locations throughout the room a number of what appear to be uncommonly seen, some flora and fauna, things like that, as well as a stone, like a sort of a gem kind of thing, a very large gem, and goes into the back. And you just see this bit of light stream from underneath the door for a couple of minutes as she's saying a few things, but very soon after she comes back out with the cloak that you handed her and hands it to you and says, "There you are.
Awesome.
Now, in the heat of battle, it should make you just a little bit more difficult to really target. So,
Thank you very much. This is great.
of course. Alright. So you guys, where does Zash and Mira head?
Oh, and then once I leave there, I want to go to that bakery place.
Okay.
Which is,
Right there, yep, I remember that one.
Yep.
Oh goodness, do I remember that. What would you like from there? You walk in, there's the guy. Hello. Oh. How's it going? You come back for more? Of the day's special? Brandon? Dad cut out.
oh, sorry. I
No
didn't know if
Okay.
you were... Sorry. Hello. I was wondering if I could get just a half dozen of whatever the most popular item is.
The most popular item amongst everyone, or
Yeah, just in general, what sells the most?
all right, probably would be our glazed donuts.
Perfect.
And so he ends up grabbing a couple of the donuts and putting them into a big bag, essentially, with layered, and then hands that back to you. There you are. If you
Thank
need anything more special, you know where to find me.
And how much was that?
It's only like, I'd say 12 silver.
Okay. And I had him the 12 silver.
Alright.
And I'll start kind of heading back to Mira and Zash, where I last knew they were, and I'll also think to them that I'm finished with my shopping.
Okay.
Also, the magic items aren't applying on my sheet on D&D Beyond. I don't know.
We'll figure
why.
that out throughout the week.
Okay.
So
Sorry,
what
we're just having a family reunion with Mira. We're heading your way.
Alrighty.
do you guys wish to hit the store too?
I can't think of anything I really want. Can I go to the potion shop?
You can walk to it, yes. You walk up to it, and by the time you get there, it looks exactly the same as it has before. The front door is still ajar with sort of a police tape around it. You look inside, all the potions are piled up in the center of the room, many of them broken.
Hello?
You call out, there's no reply.
Can I knock on the door frame a bunch of times?
Go and make a perception check.
11.
Still no reply. You don't hear anything, you don't see anything.
McBullaboyne! It's me. We had a drink the other day. And I start knocking again.
Nothing.
Zash?
Yes.
Nothing. Let's go.
Alright, and you guys start to head back. Do you, when you pass by the enchantress, do you go toward there? You guys ended up meeting Jax right about here on the thing. Jax, did you go with them to the thing?
Screen share.
Yeah, I also pull out the donuts and be like, "Hey guys, I got treats."
Hey!
Oh, sweet.
They excitedly take them wherever Zash holds onto the donut. It gets a little bit extra baked, but they're very good donuts.
These are delicious.
Well worth essentially $1 a donut.
Heck yeah.
So what do we want to do? It's still fairly early.
Well, Zash, I paid to have your cloak enchanted if you want to go to the enchantress.
With what?
It will make it more difficult for you to be hit.
I'm a fan of that. Thanks.
Anytime. I also just realized with the cloak of protection, it also has +1 to your saves, so that's pretty awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
And you said that's an item in here?
Yes,
It
Cloak
is,
of
yeah.
Protection. So you can add that to your inventory. You go pick that up. Essentially the same thing. You hand it over, but a few minutes later, she comes back out of the back room with the now aura emanating item.
Cool. Crap. I think it needs attunement.
It does.
Which... Oh, I still have one more. Okay. We're good.
Yeah, mine are all used up now.
Yeah. Neat. Oh, geez. I have a +9 to wisdom saves.
I have a
Oh,
+10
crap.
to my charisma. Also, while you guys are standing next to me, you have +3 to all saves. You gotta be within 10 feet. Forgot about that.
Let's
Nice.
stay as close to you as I can.
Aura of protection.
All right. Got a 17 AC. Maybe I'll actually can find a weapon. Do some close range stuff. Maybe.
So, it's early. You've done your shopping. Is there anything we want to do? Or just be lazy all day?
Well, if we're planning on going to see the Valkyrie, I think we should be as prepared as possible. Maybe buying some potions or something.
No one's at the potion shop. It's still taped off.
Would the Enchantress or that other guy sell
There is one
potions?
shop we haven't tried yet, though.
Yes. That one shop.
I do know a guy that owns a swanky clothing shop.
Swanky clothes.
Do you know if he enchants any of them?
I don't know. I didn't talk to him that long. I think it's just like nice clothes. I don't actually remember. That was like a month ago.
We haven't tried
Mhm.
fair trades yet.
Oh,
It's an
man.
appraisal shop. See if they have stuff.
Mm. True.
pop in, see what they have.
I guess we'll go there.
All right. You guys start making your way over to Fair Trades, which is another little building, more so to your guys's, to actually the south of the city, which is on the little map that you're looking at backwards. So that works. We're facing north right now, away from the waterfall. And it's as you guys are walking that you guys all get a little call on your earpieces, sort of a call, but it's Delilah, who goes, guys, you might want to hurry up here. It would appear as though, so Zash, your dogs, they got a little riled up. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of fire right now. And you guys look up at the Capitol, and you don't see any fire just pluming out at the moment, but you guys do see smoke emanating from a part of the Capitol building.
I guess let's run back, guys.
Yep.
So you guys begin to run all the way back. You guys run up over the bridge, run up to the back of the thing, and it's by the time that you guys are at the top of this the waterfall, essentially, that you don't know whether it's the height that you're getting from the lift or whether it is growing in size, but you guys begin to see the flame shooting out the back section of the Capitol building, certainly from the first floor. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's episode.
Gosh.
Friggin' puppies.
Puppies are a big responsibility.
Puppies
There's a
are...
reason I'm a cat person.
Thank you. That was quite a roll there. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, especially throughout... Ow, I hit my elbow. Throughout that little mix-up. Thank you for coming back, guys. That means so much that you came back and watched through. We hope to always be able to entertain you week after week with this storyline, with this arc, with this campaign, and we hope to see you again soon. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.